Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dead Cells. We're on the Baguette update. I have no idea. Continue, yeah, that's fine. New font, new everything, maybe. I don't know, we might have to completely start over? Did you see what I see? Hold up. I have never seen this before. This is all news to me. Immediately. Secret zone discovered. Get the mouse pointer off of the screen. So, as you might expect, you know, from this Baguette update, I essentially have no idea what's going to happen. So, you know what I'm going to do is go down to no boss stem cells immediately. And we'll try something a little different here. Sadist Stiletto. 109, 191 DPS. Shots explode into a toxic cloud. Dude, I kind of expected to be like, oh, new update. I'm just gonna, you know, go in here and figure out what the heck's going on immediately. And I'm just telling you, I have no idea. I'm getting used to this whole new interface here. Raise the volume. Thank you. Right off the bat, we'll go for a level of tactics. I essentially have no idea what we're gonna be doing on the run today. But we have a synergy already, actually. And I should apologize, by the way. There have been a few days here without Dead Cells. Really, again, I think I mentioned it in basically every other series I'm doing right now. But pretty much every game I play had a content update in the past week, seemingly unannounced. And I've just been, like, seriously making so many freaking videos, dude. Like, it's out of control. I'm not complaining. You know, I'm very happy with my lot in life, and it's a privilege to do this job. But at the same time, you know, it's been a busy little period for me here. So, a couple of videos have fallen by the wayside, but we're working it through slowly and surely. What is that on the ground there? That is a new environmental object. It is not related to our progress here. We've already gotten our 2 scrolls. We're still gonna, I mean, in terms of like the way that we approach this, we're gonna do things in the same way. You know, we're gonna probably try to get to this time door, which seems extremely easy right now. Excuse me. And we don't want to take too long here, obviously, but if we can get something else down, who knows? There might be a little bit of treasure down here. But I'm a little bit out of practice in Dead Cells is my guess. Wow, what a... We've already been here. Okay, you're making a mistake. Like Colin Hanks in Season 1 of Fargo, you're making a mistake. Get up here. Teleport, go to the toxic sewers. Get your scrolls and don't get mind flooded by all the new content. Definitely we're on the lookout. Ooh, loading screen. Definitely we're on the lookout for equipment. Particularly skills. Plus 30%? Plus 30% HP? Thank you. Ah, you should have gone for bring yourself back from the dead. Whatever. At this point, I think we can make a run work either way. You know, I have gotten to the point where I think I kind of know how Dead Cells flows. I understand the language of the game. And I got attached to it to the extent that now that I see this new font and kind of like, you know, user interface here, DAE, a Boolean GUI made in Visual Basic, I find myself being like, I'm not sure I like it. But I know that, you know, you gotta try it on. It's like a new pair of underwear, as they say in Wayne's World. At first it feels tight and unforgiving, but then eventually it just becomes a part of you. So I like... You guys ever notice, like, whenever a popular website does a redesign, almost everybody is extremely negative about it at the start? It's almost as if people are, you know, they get used to something and then they don't like change and don't necessarily evaluate it in an appropriate fashion. Now, has every YouTube layout been an improvement? No, but I guarantee if you go back and look at what YouTube looked like in 2010, 2011, and then compare it to what it looks like now, you're gonna be like, oh my god, this site used to be so ugly. And it still might be, but at least it's somewhat usable. Now, I might be wrong in that. You might have nostalgia for that period of YouTube, and maybe that you'll be like, this is what it used to be like when you could make your own MySpace banner. But you know, it's just the facts of life, I think. That's why I think websites, you know, most of the time they don't give You know what? Let's go for whatever gives us the most HP, because we're probably going to go for a tactics build. That's why websites tend not to give their end users a choice when it comes to layouts, because I think if you give users the choice between something they already know how to use and like, and something new that might pay dividends in the long run, but initially be a little bit unfamiliar, they're almost always going to be like, nah, give me the familiar, even if it's going to be outdated. And I can relate to that, you know. It happens to me on YouTube, you know, whenever YouTube adds, like, a new feature. Ooh, they're not old sewers anymore, they're ancient. That's how long this game's been in early access. They've gone up an epoch. You know, when YouTube changes something, I'm like, where did you put that button? They're like, oh, we put it in the more logical area. You know, it's not under the edit tab anymore, even though it's unrelated to editing. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I built my life around knowing where that thing is. Heal up. Peel up. Bring it back. Come rewind. Powerful impact. Boom from the cannon. You guys listen to A Tribe Called Quest? Okay. Vampirism I don't care about. Sinew Slicer, I will take, and I'll reroll the whole shop. And then I'll take Death Orb. And I don't even need to look at the synergies to know I want it. Extra damage, bleeding, and burning. So if we can get a fire-related synergy, we're gonna love it. Now, on the Baguette update, by the way, you fool! On the Baguette update, we are dealing with, and we should definitely have taken Brutality there, but it'll even out eventually. On the Brutality update, the doors, and by Brutality I mean Baguette. So on the Baguette update, for the 500th time I'll start doing this, they have made it... Ooh, shots leave a trail of flames, perfect. That looked cool. That the new sliding replace element. It's gonna... You gotta get to the time doors faster. It's harder to get to them now. And we don't want to go to the one on the old sewers, because I don't believe that there is one on the old sewers. Frantic Sword can scale with purple, so absolutely we have to do this. Can't sell that item. Highly sensible. You raise a good point. We don't really care about Ice Shock. I did get a comment from somebody that was, I don't want to say upset, because I think that's diminishing what could be a legitimate concern, but they were unhappy with the way that I had besmirched the good name, right, of Ice Shock, and they were saying, you know, they were polite about it. They're like, I just want you to know, I know for some reason you think Ice Shock is terrible, but it's actually pretty good. Well, you may well be correct, but I don't really want to spend my hard-earned gold, especially when we know we have Frost Blast just chilling it. Just chilling it? It's not really a real expression. Okay, finally. Dude, this is like we accidentally got kind of a survival build going here. Survival goes west. Please give me ossuary access. Ramparts, that's what I mean. At 5 minutes and 23 seconds, I actually think we want to go. Because they've changed the time door. I think it might even be 5 minutes and 30 seconds now, so give me a sec. Ramparts, time door, dead cells. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Wait. No, 8 minutes, okay. So we actually had plenty of time, and probably should have held back a little, but oh well. Alright, my friends. We cannot take this anymore, which is fair. I think we still want cooldown. I really think, like, it might be the strictly best trinket or mutation in the entire game. One level in it gives you, like, 1/3 less cooldown. Is that the way that that works? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make sure that it actually, like... 1/3 less. It's like when you subtract a negative number. It's kind of breaking my brain. Not that subtracting a negative number is like the most difficult thing to do in mathematics, but you know what I mean. You know, it's a little esoteric when you first learn it. Now you have a scroll, so I'm gonna kill you. And we know we have time, so we should actually maybe do this area just you know, for convenience sake. It's not like there's merit to doing it or not doing it right now. Okay, I take issue with this, but I also satisfied my hunger. Yeah, you know, I feel for web developers. And it probably applies in other... Ooh, how interesting. It probably applies in other fields as well, but... people are like, make the website better. And they're like, well, we did a bunch of consultations, and we had users come in and try it out, and, you know, it turns out, you know, we watched you guys use it, and it seems like this is, you know, the most appropriate usability change. And they go, I don't like it, the background's gray. It used to be white, now it's gray, I hate it. Are you stupid? Excuse me? How do we get a gardener's key? The gardener's key comes from the Promenade of the Condemned, doesn't it? So we leave with an extra gardener's key. Just want to see if you got scrolls. If you got scrolls, but you're not a scrollger. Yo, this is like the tallest area of the ramparts I've ever seen. I don't know if we want to go down. I imagine that at some point there's probably a secret down one of those, but they've reworked this area a little bit. Whoop. You know, it's like I used to work at an insurance company, and we, for like administrative purposes, we were using this software that was built in like 1985, and it was terrible, but everyone had used it for so long that they'd become like masters of its terribleness. It's like learning to run with like a broken ankle or something like that. You're gonna have to do it in a way that's probably suboptimal. You know, I'm just gonna sell it because I enjoy Frostblast as an item, even if we take it every single time. And then, you know, the brass of the company, the executives were like, this is like archaic. We can't be using this. It's gonna be a competitive disadvantage, you know, the later and later we get in the longer we wait to address this technical debt, the worse off we're gonna be. So they, you know, they had a bunch of in-house software engineers of the company, like, watch how people were using the software and draft up, you know, mock-ups of a new program and run it through, like, the whole software development life cycle. And it took, like, 2 years. And then by the time it came out, people were like, on the old one, the button was in the top right, and now it's in the top right, but slightly more to the left of where it used to be the rightmost button, and now you're like, please, just teach yourself that the button is in a different spot. It fits with the conventions that it... Oh, hello. Yo, second part of the ramparts, we go up now? What a world. It's kind of cool. Man, I should have switched to the Baguette update like a long time ago, but... You know, I have to offer in my own defense the fact that, again, every single game I play updated itself, like, in a transformative fashion recently. And the human mind, you know, it's only got so much bandwidth for new information to get through, you know? That's why, you know, when you go to school like 7 hours a day for 14 years, and then you decide for yourself if you want to keep going after that point. They don't just say, alright, for 1 year, you're going to be in school, you know, 19 hours a day, and then you're good for like 5 or 6 years. You know, it takes a while to internalize the skills that you're going to be using and the stuff that you've learned throughout these courses. So I wanted to break it down to a more manageable size. But now, oh, let's turn it up! I have no idea how items have been recalibrated. So it's possible, you know, my antiquated, like, tactics build with Death Orb and a heavy turret is not going to be nearly as good as it used to be. It's possible we should stop just immediately selling items that we have no love for, despite the fact that they might actually be good now. But you know the methodology. If you don't know the methodology, I'll teach it to you. We're going to... That's a death wish right there. We're going to predominantly take purple until we hit like 18. Or we have a scroll that doesn't give us the opportunity to take purple. If we have a scroll that doesn't give us the opportunity to take purple, we're going to put it in whatever gives us the most HP. That's the way we live our lives in this game right now. And to be honest with you, it's been working out relatively well. It has taken us a little... Like, we've had way more scrolls than usual for this early in the game that give us the stat that we're not interested in. But that's okay. Because it means that, you know, we might suffer a little bit on damage, but it'll probably pay dividends when it comes to grabbing HP later. You know, we'll be starting from a... Generally speaking, I like to begin with high DPS and then leverage that for more HP later. You know, the fact that we can crush enemies quickly allows us to get more scrolls, allows us to, you know, get our HP up later. But this might be a little bit more balanced to begin with, which would be unfortunate because I'm less used to it. But it probably, you know, all vectors lead to the same point here. Just hoping that maybe there's another few scrolls available for us. No point to kill these trash mobs. They never did anything to anybody. One more scroll, and actually one more area to go down here as well. So I'm not attached to too much in this loadout. I love having a death orb. Does it give us stats? No. It's only 1 level plus. What's up with that? Victim emits a toxic cloud. Can we afford it? We can afford it. 266 DPS plus 50% damage. I'm looking at extra damage to a... I really actually think we benefit from this. So a double death orb build, you know, in other video games you might be like, oh, it's important to diversify and whatnot. And it, you know, could be. If we can enable an elemental synergy, it probably would be here. But otherwise, I think we actually, you know, do extremely well by not diversifying in this situation and instead rocking a very uniform build that allows us to do this. And basically, pretty sure just about every enemy is going to melt just like that. See, this should not just be gold. I know it's going to be. But it should not just be gold. That should be a scroll! In my personal and professional opinion. You're doing it to yourself. At this point. The thing is, you might be like, well, you know, if it was a scroll, it would make the game too easy. Yeah, but gold is... I have heard that gold is a little bit more important on the Baguette update, but... You know, I am of the opinion, perhaps, that I'll believe it when I see it. Alright, give me extra DPS if there's no enemy near me. Also do talk about it on every single episode, but so be it. By the way, I know, you know, this game is made by French developers. From France. I believe, at least. I'm probably saying baguette wrong. I love baguette. But in North America, we do say baguette. You know, I imagine it's probably closer to something like baguette. But you just gotta accept, you know, if you're saying something that's not in your language of choice. It's not in the lingua franca, ironically enough. You know, it's gonna be pronounced a little incorrectly from time to time, perhaps. Anyway, this dude is eating it. We are absolutely crushing him. And I'm interested, because I have no idea what happens in the Forge now, but I know that the Geordie has been reworked. Why did I call it the Geordie? Because it's La Forge, because the game's made in France. That's right, it's a little cerebral joke. That's for the thinkers out there. You cannot do anything to me. You will be killed. And you're dead. Okay, your resistance is futile. See, it's too... Whoa, he drops equipment now! The whole new world. What the heck is... Spite Sword 3L. Colorless, more damage at max HP. plus 150% damage. Oh my god, critical hits deal extra damage, and it gives us a level of brutality. I mean, how could I not at this point, especially because it's colorless? So let me just say, why can't I sell it? There we go. Passage to the Stilt Village? Is that the Fog Fjord? Let me just say, it's a very positive change. Ooh, investing cells permanently increases the drop rate of high quality items. 70% of the items found will be of plus quality. 0% of the items found will be of plus quality. 5% of the items found will be of plus quality. Let's go. Forget that. I'm not going to invest in, even if it costs us 10 times more, I'm not going to invest in getting pluses when I could be putting that into pluses instead. Don't make me laugh. Well, hello, Mr. Prisoner, sir. So the Stilt Village has the color of the Fog Fjord. Might as well explore here to see. Okay, Slumbering Sanctuary again. At some point we may endeavor to go back there, but for now, like, we're going to go to the Fog Fjord, or as I like to call it, the Stilt Village. And notice, the gold situation is not as set as it has been in the past. Leads me to believe maybe people are right. Maybe the, 300 people who told me that gold is going to be more valuable once you get to the Le Pain au Chocolat update were correct. I do think we're under-scrolled right now. But I think we're going to have a chance to get back up there. Okay, it's a little dangerous. You know, we're making a large mistake, actually. We're playing way too defensively. When we actually have, like, every available capability to destroy pretty much every single one of these enemies. All we gotta do is freeze and drop a Death Orb. We don't even have to drop a double Death Orb. Just drop, like, a single Death Orb. And that effectively, like, halves the cooldown time. I'm not paying $2,300 for a kebab. Are you kidding me? What do you think this is, Vancouver? You almost got me with that one. Okay, you know what? You got me with 2 of those. And that's not going to happen ever again, so I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we do extra damage when our health is at maximum. So we really are crushing these enemies. As long as we heal. And it's our first elite in 200,000 years of gameplay. I'm so excited. So this guy's gonna get absolutely crushed. And we get our first amulet. Extra brutality, extra survival, and minus 10% damage. Okay. Okay. Still understated? I didn't say understated. I said underscrolled. Remember, there is a modest difference between the two. Hey! Some might say there's a vast difference between the two. But that's in the eye of the beholder. So we do have stuff that does extra damage against units that are on fire. But I don't really feel the desire to take any of these items because we've got double Death Orbs and they scale with purple, and I think they're like the best DPS skills in the game. Not necessarily best in terms of utility, but... So we went to all 3 of those. Oh, there's 4 of those. Did you go to... Yeah, one of them was... Yeah, we went to all of them, so we can move on. I don't really care about using the key here most of the time. Dude, I love seeing extra scrolls. Our DPS is getting ridiculous. That utility is disgusting. Okay, allow me in here. So I think we have 22 minutes. It used to be 22 and a half or something, but I think we have 22 minutes to get the time door on the Sepulcher. So this has been like an actually really... Right. A really nice reintroduction to the mechanics of the... Well, I guess it's just an introduction to the mechanics of the new update. I feel like I've gotten myself some familiarity. You're not colorless, unfortunately. We've gotten ourselves a little bit of familiarity, and I don't feel like I'm flying blind at all. And now we can go back to maybe cranking up those boss cells a little bit. The damage we're doing with this colorless sword is actually just incredible. As long as we're at full HP. And in fact, now that I think about it, we're also at 4,000 HP early, which is a ton. Usually we're at like maybe 2,500 when we're down here. And we do have 10 levels like in alternative abilities here. So we have a poison pistol. We have an oil grenade. It only recycles for 410. So I think maybe, again, they reworked gold. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Just let me give you my 2 cents here. I don't think gold needed to be... My hunch is that gold did not need to be less common for it to be more valuable. Now, from an economic standpoint, what I just said is like literally brain dead, but... You know, I feel like just... You know what actually made gold more exciting for me? Was the idea that... you missing anything? I don't think so. This is a very short floor. Was the idea that... you could re-roll shops now. Now I'm like, okay, getting that gold gives me a chance to actually get the equipment I desire. But again, they got the information I don't have. This is spelled differently now? They anglicized it. It wasn't the fact that it was the francophonic conjugation of sepulcher that got me. It was the fact that I've never seen the word before in my life. Hey, you there. I work for the blacksmith. I can patch up your gear for cheap. Not really supposed to be here, though. You know. Let's keep that between us, okay? Alright, what do you do? Reforge modifiers. This is cool. So this changes our modifiers at the bottom. Upgrading it to plus plus also reforges the modifiers. You're going to become plus plus. Why don't you become plus plus? So we got an extra level of tactics out of it. Extra damage to a frozen target. That's perfect. Now you, why don't you become plus plus? Extra level of tactics. And why don't you... I don't think we want to change the modifiers. The modifiers on this are fantastic. The only thing I would do is change this to be like, you know, reforge the modifiers so that you do damage to a frozen target. There you go. That's perfect. Dude, this is the greatest addition to this game. You guys, as always, you're right. I should just listen to you more closely. The Baguette update is cool. The ability to reforge modifiers. You're right, it gives you a reason to use gold. Hopefully they haven't changed this area too much. So now we should just, like, absolutely crush. We also picked up an extra 2 level of tactics, which is dope, but... And we're going to continue to do so, but... I mean, we have the castle coming up. Maybe we'll take 1 level of brutality just to... You know, I mean, 600 HP is nothing to sneeze at. Not... Well, that's actually losing that 18 HP sucks real bad. Because it makes our sword that much worse in the future, but whatever. The synergies we... The lantern broke already. That's because we've already been there. Okay, I was freaking out. Alrighty. Lanterns, please. Just explore around the land. Oh, now we're talking. I heard a swarm of biters. Was that my swarm of biters? What's up with the key there? The key's broken. Do we need to find a lock? But alack, and alas, a lock I have not passed. Dude, the scrolls are out of control. Out of control. Look at this. 17 levels of primary. Excuse me? Right, I didn't even see the door there. A little embarrassing. What do you have for me? Nothing you can give me at this point is interesting. Because I have, like, I have a game-winning synergy. It's not to say I will win, it's just to say that the game has given me the tools I need to win. Whether or not it comes to fruition is up to me. That was wonderful. Okay, a colorless nutcracker. Wait, you can't make that up. Absolutely will replace this. That's a great sale as well. Let's see. Plus 100% damage taken. Literally just can't do it. And the DPS is substantially worse. So, thanks but no thanks. Genuinely thanks. And genuinely no thanks. I'm loving it. This is crazy good, dude. Another elite. I can't believe we're doing this much damage with our sword. I need to go back for a lantern, please. Thank you. Thank you for that. Because we're going to fight this elite right off the bat. He did land a hit. Give me some boots. No, thank you. So you're welcome to chase me. I wish you would, actually. I'm not even going to bother healing yet. It just doesn't seem like the right time. Key number 1. Should really put a teleporter back here just so we can get back to where we want to go quickly. I understand that, I mean, there's one pretty close, but, I mean, is pretty close the same as right next to me? I don't think so. Next step. Well, I mean, honestly, we're at 19 levels of primary. So 20 is, as I've been told, 20 is nice. Not strictly necessary as, like, a magic number, but we might as well get to it if we still have a whole floor of potential scrolls to get to, right? So I feel like it's a smart idea. And now every scroll that we get will go into HP in one form or the other, and we're trying to get over 8,000 HP. The fact that we've just been steamrolling the past few floors, I mean, we are on technically the easiest difficulty in the game, I suppose, because of our lack of boss cells, but you know, I think we might as well take advantage of this opportunity and get as many scrolls as we can. Probably a bunch more over here. We should sell. That was probably not worth going back for, but I'm just glad we have over 15,000 gold. That's like the measure that we're most looking for. And it turns out, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? Like, purple build with frost still appears to get the job done. Definitely helps getting, like, a high damage colorless sword. And I don't know. I don't know if we're, like, richer in scrolls than usual, or if we got lucky and just happened to come across a bunch of extras. I don't know. I'm very happy about it either way. I mean, we're at the point where, like, you know, health upgrades are giving us a pretty decent amount. 8,500 gold for 10 cells, I just can't abide. Sorry to inform you that that is a bad deal right now. Might want to reroll a shop at some point. Might want to reforge some of our weaponry or upgrade it to a higher quality level, if that's even possible. I don't know. That dude might never show up again for the rest of the game. In spite of saving our gold, I'm also, like, more than happy with our equipment, so admittedly, we might be being a little needlessly cautious. Oh, that's almost terrible. It's decent DPS, the Barnacle. Extra damage to a burning target. It's not good enough, but it was actually admittedly pretty close. It had DPS, but no elemental synergy. Similarly here, like, you're probably saying, NL, please, you're gonna have to read those items at some point. Am I? Because I'm not sure you're correct in that. If you're ever finding yourself, like, in doubt about the quality of this run, I just want you to know I haven't healed yet. So I'm, like, highly, highly unconcerned. See the clock room entrance, which means the boss fight is right down there. Just checking. I don't believe I lost any scrolls or forgot any scrolls, but we might as well go see if we can grab some. Who knows? There's one more room down here. Maybe they made this, like, more valuable now. I highly, highly doubt it, but I suppose you never know. And plus, it was, like, extremely easy for us to do it in the first place. Still just, dude, okay. Motion Twin, I love you. You're doing a great thing with Dead Cells here. You can't put the player through that for 500 gold. It's cruel and unusual punishment. You do not deserve this, my blacksmith friend. They already do extra damage against frozen targets. So for now, we have the perfect synergy. We have nothing to reforge. We'll see how things look after the boss. Maybe we'll get another colorless sword or something. Or maybe we'll get a... Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's focus on the boss fight for now, because you never know what might have changed here. The Timekeeper. Excuse me. You may not know this, but you're actually the assassin. I don't know how we got hit and preserved full HP. Go ahead. Okay, don't go ahead. Thinking we should stick with our previous game plan that just absolutely destroyed. I agree. Let's finish this. What are you going to bring to the fight? I'm thinking I'm going to do a little pressing of the Y button, followed by a little right trigger, left trigger. It's okay, I landed the heal. Basically, as long as you move left to right, you're going to get hit by that. Colorless throwing knives. I don't think we can do it. DPS is too low. Just not good enough, basically. High Peak Castle. I have no idea. Telling you straight up. No. Telling you straight up. Still 5% of the items. You know what? That's okay. I can live with it. The castle, usually where things kind of start to go off the rails, but I don't know. Every scroll that we get is going to give us like another 500 HP or so. Come to think of it, it's not really that much. New music, I think, too. I'm just going to, like, not bury the lead. Pretty much 100%, we're not going to take any equipment. It's, in order for us to take it, it's going to have to be so insanely good. I'm not going to say it's impossible, I'm just going to say it's very unlikely for the time being. Oh, we were at full HP for a bit there. Okay, now, don't mess around. Fastest way to get through this, safest way to get through this, you freeze an enemy, You hit them with one death orb, and then you get the heck out of town. If you fight elites, you can dump both death orbs. If you're fighting a bunch of enemies, you might want to drop the second death orb, I guess. Just to be safe. But for the most part, yeah, like, it's just unnecessary to get that second one out there. This is the easiest one most of the time. That was extremely easy. We're 400 HP down total. AKA very little. Shouldn't have gone for that. My dude is slow as molasses. You know the boss is going to build up a resistance, but... Okay, you know what? That's a heal. I forgot, with Spiteful Sword, it's not just extra... Like, it's the unique effect of our weapon that gives us extra damage when our HP is at maximum. The effect of the Spiteful Sword is right after you take damage, you get a crit, guaranteed. Dude, we are out of control. I am a fool. What I expected to do... Whoa, easy there. Spiteful Sword, great for healing, I guess, as well. This is bad, and you are dumb. Heal up. That was just poor play. Like, there is an excuse for that, which is that, you know, Pobody's nerfed. You know what I mean? But there's no good excuse for that. Whoa! So I am basically a big idiot. And I rolled over to the one side on that guy, and then was like, I don't want to be here, there's the grappling hook lord. So then I rolled back into the tornado, and you know, the rest is history, but... Gotta remember, we're out of heals. That's not really the kiss of death right here. We're actually still really well equipped to tackle this run as long as we just stop acting like a complete fool. Okay, we're going down this way. Thankfully, we did take out most of the enemies on the way through here. Or not. We also... Oh, you almost got me. Just kidding. We also have both keys. So it might seem like we're capitulating real early on here, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's just relatively normal, actually, as far as runs like this go. Obviously, Hayabusa boots, not exactly our #1 choice. We're just going to keep rolling here. Because I think that was a door. Yes. No. That's just a bad deal. Good platforming, you know? You gotta give credit where credit is due. Now, at some point, and that point may be faster than I'd like to admit, we may need to go back that way, and we'll probably have wished that we took out the enemies that were there. That point has not happened yet. Oh, I'm starting to get the timing down on this Frost Blast. Now, I'm torn because I want to leave. But of course, I also definitely do not want to leave scrolls behind. We don't need a third key, but if we can get a third key... Yeah, I think we should try. As strange as it sounds, the third key will give us access to a scroll, I think, so... And which elite is it? Oh, it's the other... Actually, all the elites have been easy, but this is actually the easiest one. It's like Hedgehog Lord. Okay, you know what? Very minor, but we shouldn't be taking any damage, so... Easy enough. It looks like we're coming down the hard way, so... might as well crush him. Thing is, if we kill every enemy we come across here... I don't care about the gold. If we kill every enemy we come across here... we can always run back if our HP gets too low. We can be like, you know what, this is obviously highly not worth it, and just bail. But I think we got it. Of course, this is, you know, for me, is calling into doubt, like, whether or not we're going to be able to beat the boss. There's another scroll, though. That's helpful. 7,100 HP. I look at that as being pretty positive, I think. Oh, God, get out. Started attacking an inanimate object there. I was so scared, briefly and constructively. Shop? Yeah, it's a shop. Nah. Oh, that I was like, whose death orb is that? It was my death orb. Okay, I think we're ready. You know, this is pretty decent as far as HP goes. We're gonna go to. Should have gone through that extra door to get the scrolls. That was the whole reason I went down there in the first place, but sure. Okay, Symmetrical Lance is going to be like 2 away from getting. I am going to rework my mutations. We're going to take... Oh, we still can't take Come Back to Life? Okay, we're not going to rework our mutations. We're going to take plus 30% HP. And we're going to take... You know, let's take Support. And we need Efficiency. Alright, good run. And you know what? I gotta point out, pretty fast run as well. If the Baguette update makes the runs go quicker, I'm a happy man. It is the hand of the king, yet again. But he's got a new arena. First phase. Extreme joke. Oh, that was terrible damage. I need to heal. That was a bad place for it, but we healed up off of the extra crit anyway. Help. I would very much like if you could enter your next phase, please, sir. I need a good opportunity to heal again. Not onto the spikes. Okay, I was like, finally, second phase. Okay, every hit now definitely matters. Lovely. After we get hit, we absolutely have to land our crits. It's the easiest, most guaranteed way to heal up. He's dead. Super dead. Yo. We're gods again? That was a great run. Top to bottom, absolutely no complaints to offer. I had a wonderful time. I will head to the pier, where there's no healing, so I'm assuming. Also known as the early access last stage. Alright, take me down. Dude, this is a good reintroduction of the mechanics of deadular cells here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. Hopefully that mouse pointer hasn't been here the whole game. And I'll see you next time.